Hey, what's poppin', everyone? Mr. Man Vapes here with another Ejuice review. This is the second installment of Rip Tripper's juice line, Vapetricks, and this is going to be a review on AWOL. Get a little shot of that. Boom! AWOL. Now, a couple notes about this juice. This juice uses an authentic anise oil. So, if you're putting it inside of a tank, be cautious about what material the tank is going to be made out of, because some of the materials, it could tend to cloud up or possibly eat through and crack, just due to the nature of the oil. So if you have a glass tank, you're golden. If you're using stainless steel, you're golden. If you have some sort of Pyrex or clear plastic, it gets a little bit iffy there. So just something to be aware of. Now, this flavor is supposed to be anise, which is akin to like black licorice, and maybe a little bit of citrus. And honestly, and that's from the description off of the Rip Tripper's website. And honestly, that's pretty much it. It's black licorice and just a hint of citrus. I can tell you, like, the initial intake is just a mouthful of black licorice. It's very refreshing. There's a light hint of coolness to it, just a little bit of menthol. And I'm not a menthol person, not at all. However, I've been vaping this for a day, solid day, 24 hours. That's my rule. And I use the same mod, or not the same mod, the same atomizer for all my juice reviews, until I find a better one that's better with flavor. And that's the Cartel Cascata. That's the best one that I got for flavor. And the menthol that's in this flavor is not very overpowering. The whole taste profile is kind of akin to if you've had a Modder's Choice Beast Mode. That's pretty close to this, but this has just a little bit less menthol, and the anise flavoring that it uses is very good. He's using a legitimate oil, so the intake is a refreshing. You get the menthol, a little bit of the citrus, and then some of the sharper notes of the anise. Oh shit! There's nothing to do with the juice. That's just me sitting in my car sneezing. All right. Anyways, back to the review. So the anise oil that he uses, it's not just a flavoring; it's the actual oil. So you get, of course, the strong black licorice, which isn't very overpowering. So if you like that flavoring, you're going to like this a lot. But there's also a little bit more subtle, richer tones to it in the middle of the taste profile. This actually is pretty good. I could definitely see how this could be someone's all-day vape, because it's a little bit more complex than the last flavor that I reviewed, the Miss Trippers. This is a little bit more complex. However, off of the websites, Rip Trippers still says it requires no steep time for this one. So, I mean, it had about a day, because I had to take a day to vape Miss Trippers, but it should be good straight out of the box, and it tastes fine. It doesn't taste like it needs any sort of finessing or breathing, streathing, or what have you. I don't get a whole lot of the citrus, but it's definitely there. With a fresh wicking coil setup, you can definitely find the notes of it. One thing about this one, I've been vaping on, as soon as I found the wicking coil setup that worked best with this, in my opinion, which ended up being a 6.5 wrap of 24 gauge single coil on this Cartel Cascata mod. Airflow wide open, and I have an aftermarket tip on there so I could open up this air hole as well. With everything closed off, you get a little bit more of the citrus. However, I felt like I needed some room to breathe, because it's just like a whole lot of flavor. This thing is very dense. Very, very dense flavor. So adding a little more airflow made it more sustainable, I guess, if you want to put it that way. One of my chief complaints about the last flavor, this one does not have a problem with. As soon as I found that setup that works, I've been vaping on that same setup the entire time. So it has to have, I messed around with it when I first started putting the flavor in, and then so that was probably maybe like 2 or 3 hours of searching for the right setup, and then since then it's been the same thing, and the flavor has not changed. The cotton's kind of gunky now, and it looks a little bit gross, and the fluid's clear, but it's not clear here. However, the flavor profile is the same, and that is awesome. That makes it so you can pretty much chill vape this the entire day and not have to worry about anything. And you can put it into a tank and not worry about any of the flavor getting distorted and utilize the whole tank without having to change your setup. That's a beautiful thing. Again, 3 milligram of nicotine per milliliter, my preferred strength. And just like the last one, I think this is probably going to be the case for all the flavors. It's a legit 3 milligrams, not too strong, not too weak. And overall, I mean, this is a good flavor. If I had to pick some sort of mentholated flavor to vape regularly, I'd probably go with this one. This would probably be the only one, because everything else tends to be a little bit too mentholated for my taste. This is refreshing. It's not bad. Still not my all-day vape, but I could see going to this every once in a while. I'll probably go to Ms. Trippers more often than I'd go to this one just because of the menthol. But that's just personal preference. Still a good quality juice. Nothing bad about it. And if you're into the menthol flavors, or if you like black licorice, if you liked beast mode, you could probably get into this. I believe Five Ponds has another flavor that's kind of similar to this, but this has the menthol. So just give it a shot if you like either of those things, menthol or that anise flavoring. Because as far as anise flavorings go, this uses the legit oil, so you're getting a lot more texture here. A lot more. It's money. So, again, I'll give it another thumbs up. I don't have a rating system. This is just giving my opinion and what I experience here, just so you have an idea of what you're getting before you go out and buy something. And so with that, this is Mr. Man Vape signing out. See y'all later. Deuces.